Honestly, I feel miserable. I get knots in my stomach. So what do? We're going to find out what Jack Bogle, one of the investing gurus, one of the stock market gurus, we're going to look at exactly what he does to be able to get through the drawdowns and through moments of pessimism. Pessimists sound smart. I mean, because you've got a ton of reasons for why you should sell, but optimists get rich. Why is that the case? We're going to dive into exactly why in this video. And lastly, I will leave you with some wise words from the investing goats. Okay, so you've got all of that to look forward to in this video. Stay tuned. All right, so yesterday's optimism, yesterday's video, pretty much aged like milk. Actually, I said it even here that it aged worse than milk. So if you haven't watched yesterday's video, I was optimistic. I was like, it's the first trading day. We were green. We're going to see the January effect. We've been buying the dips throughout 2021. We had all of the tax selling in November and December. Stocks are getting destroyed. It's now 2022. Let's be optimistic. The January effect kicks in, and no, it's been brutal. So we're going to get into the charts and have a look at all of the bloodshed. And I'm also going to share some knowledge from some of the books that I read, because I need this. I need to learn and understand from some of the greatest investors that have played this game, learn from them and use that to keep me grounded. All right. But look at what this gentleman said. He said, and then just look at today. One of the worst sell-offs I've ever seen. Complete U-turn. I was hopeful yesterday as well, but this is just the worst market ever. And I said to him that there is zero optimism in this current market, complete pessimism towards smaller companies, as has been the case for nearing a year now. This video aged worse than milk. And what I meant by that is, at least with milk, you get at least 5-6 days before the milk goes off. Like, it's not even been 24 hours since I uploaded my last video, and it's gone. This guy said, and it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. So let's take a look at the markets. It's absolutely bloodshed. Okay, a firm is a company I've been looking into, but I currently do not have a position in a firm, but it got absolutely destroyed today. Look at it, it's down 14%. At one point, I believe it was down 16%. But if you take a look at it from its highs, it's now down over 54%. Okay. Robinhood. I mean, this, I don't own any Robinhood, but this has been brutal, man. I mean, it IPO'd, it had a great couple of days, rallied all the way to 85. And, look at it now. It's down over 80%. And, Kathy Wood, ARK Invest, they're very bullish on Robinhood. And they've been buying pretty much since it IPO'd. And they've just been buying all the way down. Shopify. Wow. Look at that. Shopify is completely collapsing. Again, on no stock or company related news, it's just everything is bloody. OPENDOOR. Now, this is one of my largest positions. We spoke about OPENDOOR yesterday, and look, it's down another 7% today, 8%. It's testing this support level that we spoke about again in yesterday's video. OPAD is down 3%. Airbnb is holding up quite well, to be fair. It's holding up quite well. But look, guys, Tattooed Chef, I swear, is trolling. Tattooed Chef is the only green on my list, whereas in yesterday's video, Tattooed Chef was the only red in my list. So that's crazy. Look at that. Celsius is getting absolutely destroyed. It's down over 10% right now. BigCommerce set a new all-time low again today. And this sell-off just absolutely makes no sense to me. I'll share with my Discord that it's laughable at this point. Big C has more than enough cash on its balance sheet right now to clear their long-term debt. Their current assets far outweigh their current liabilities. The company doesn't need any extra debt. If you're concerned and worried about gross margins, I mean, this company has one of the best gross margins in the business. Take a look at this, right? So they have consistently been operating with gross margins that's above 75% or 77% over the last few quarters. It's absolutely insane. And the gross margins has only continued to improve as the business continues to improve. All of the business metrics are trending upwards. The sequential revenue growth has been incredibly impressive, whilst they've kept the cost of revenue down. Of course, that's why we have impressive gross margins. With regards to the sales and marketing, not much more money is being put in sequentially, but yet we're seeing strong top line growth. Current ratio is above 9. So anything above 1 is very good. The current ratio right now is above 9. It's insane. But yet the stock set an all-time low today. It's just absolutely bloodshed in the streets. Tesla, we had a really strong day. A lot of optimism surrounding their delivery numbers. We gapped up, but as you can see, Tesla's down over 4% today, and it's just complete bloodshed. So the question is, how can you remain optimistic in a market that is just so pessimistic? I mean, companies are performing, but the stocks are absolutely getting destroyed, all right? And I'm going to refer to what Jack Bogle advised Tony Robbins when he was writing his book Unshakable. Now, if you're not familiar with who Jack Bogle is, if you've ever heard of Vanguard, Jack Bogle, okay, so do your research. But long story short, Jack is a stock market legend, okay? And he said this, right? How do I feel when the market goes down 50%? He asks rhetorically. Honestly, I feel miserable, okay? I get knots in my stomach. So what do? I get out a couple of my books on staying the course and reread them. This is how one of the stock market gurus gets through elongated periods of pessimism in the market, okay? He said, sadly, many advisors fall victim to the same fear and hide under their desks during these tumultuous times. Peter Malik told me that the ongoing communication during these storms is what sets creative planning apart. His company is the proverbial lighthouse broadcasting the message, stay the course. But here's what you need to know. Bear markets don't last, okay? Bear markets don't last. And you know, when I read stuff like this from the investing legends, it fills me with optimism. And you've just somehow got to remain optimistic amidst the pessimism. More commentary from the book Unshakable is one of the biggest barriers to success for most investors is that they get distracted, okay, by all the short-term noise on Wall Street. This makes it much harder for them to hold their investments for the long run and harness the awesome power of compounding. Again, paragraphs like this keeps me grounded. Pessimists sound smart, optimists get rich. And that's facts. Pessimists will always give you a reason to sell. Look at this chart. So from March 2009 to September 2021, look at all of the reasons why you should have never invested, or you should just stay out of the market or cut your losses and move on. The future's not bright for XY reason. I mean, let's take March 2020, for example. Of course, we had the C-Roni, okay? You know, you had the World Health Organization pretty much declare a health emergency and the stock market absolutely tanked. You know, all of the pessimists sound incredibly smart. All of your perma bears like Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff, they sounded like geniuses throughout this period. But look, the market began to recover. You had Druckenmiller say risk reward in stocks is the worst he's ever seen at this period. Again, a smart sounding pessimistic view, but the market continued higher. You had fears surrounding a contested election. Market continued higher. The US Capitol was stormed. So that was early January 2021. Market continued higher. You had the second wave. Then you had the Delta variant. Then you had the situation surrounding the Evergrande. You had supply chain shortages. And now we have inflation and we have interest rates. You know, there's so many reasons to sell, okay? And pessimists always sound smart during these periods. However, if you have remained optimistic throughout this whole period, you know, you would have gotten rich. Pessimists look at the future and see the doors that are closed. Optimists look at the future and see the doors that are open and probably kick down the closed doors too. Surround yourself with optimists. The future is bright. And lastly, I'm just going to play this small clip that I shared with my Discord with you guys. This is what I'm focusing on.
McDonald's franchise, you're going to run it. I look to the business to determine whether I've made a good investment. And I'm concerned about, you know, whether we have new competition, how we do over the years. But it's the business I look at. When you're just looking at the price of something, you're not investing. I mean,
So I'm going to wrap the video up here. You know, Peter Lynch has said many times in his books, stocks do well because the businesses behind them do well. You know, stocks are not lottery tickets. There's a company behind every stock. As long as you know what you own and why you own it, look to the business and not the stock price. Unless, of course, you're in a position where you want to buy more and dollar cost average lower. So remember, this stock market game is all about the psychology and your mental endurance and your mental strength. Look to the business. All right. If you get any value, please make sure you smash that like button and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.